In October of 2016, Facebook released the names of several hundred pages bought for and paid by the Internet Research Agency in St. Petersburg, Russia, or what has been dubbed in Western media as the Russian troll farm. The Internet Research Agency disseminated bloggers that did not exist, news that did not happen, and created political Facebook pages with the intention of engaging and evoking reactions from the American voting public with the intention of, quote-unquote, rocking the boat. I decided to show the product from these pages to different internet consumers to gauge their reactions and see how they would reflect on these Russian-made images.
My name is Lumin.
Jason Gonzalez.
Hi, I'm Amanda. I'm a senior at Swarthmore.
My name is Tahir Nambiar. I'm a student at Swarthmore College.
Do you yourself follow political meme pages?
I do follow political meme pages.
Yes. Probably around 5 or so.
Consume or see political memes on your Facebook feed?
Sometimes.
Sometimes. How about during the 2016 presidential election season?
Yup.
Yeah?
Yup. So many Joe Biden memes.
I'm going to share a different couple of election memes that were circulated
Okay.
before the U.S. election.
I see a buff Bernie Sanders, and on the top left it says LGBT United.
Drawn similar to a Brad Neely cartoon. Yeah, I mean, I suspect it was made by someone who supports Bernie Sanders.
I see what I think is Bernie Sanders in a Speedo doing some sort of Greek thing.
I want to see the White Houses in the background.
Apparently it was made for the LGBT community.
I am pretty sure it's made for people who are pro-Bernie. Mostly our generation.
But not just far to the left Democrats, definitely young Democrats. Yeah.
I mean, this was a common sort of trope, was Bernie Sanders obviously is not buff. He's not really appealing in the ways that a lot of traditional candidates are, or in a lot of ways that people traditionally find candidates appealing.
Cool, so you flip the page.
This is a meme that is, on the left side it says like for Trump, and on the right side it says ignore for Hillary.
This is barely even a meme, I would say.
I see a like for Trump and ignore for Hillary. Say it's definitely a Republican. Yeah. A Trump supporter, not even just a Republican, definitely a Trump supporter.
No, it could be fake, whatever fake means. It could be generated by some bot or something. This could be ironic on some level. Yeah, it's possible. But for some reason, this Army of Jesus thing makes me think it's not ironic.
Flip the page. Describe to me what you see.
Well, this is me making fun of Hillary Clinton.
It's Hillary Clinton saying, "I'm now back to being an activist, citizen, and part of the resistance." And then below is Homer Simpson saying, "Look at me, I lost the election, now I'm an activist."
But he's got his hands contorted in sort of like Donald Trump making fun of that disabled reporter, that same sort of position.
Especially considering the last words are America Military Guns Patriot. I'm gonna say it's a right-wing American Facebook group.
I think it's the use of sarcasm paired with Homer Simpson. Comparing Hillary Clinton to Homer Simpson pegs her as someone who is not as intelligent or misunderstanding of, what it means to be American, I guess.
It's just saying, look, Hillary Clinton is stupid, and I'm going to show you that she's stupid by having Homer Simpson contorting his arms in this strange way.
It's like she said something stupid, look at me, I lost the election, now I'm an activist.
The bottom where you had all the tags is what let me know it was definitely a conservative.
Want to flip the page?
Says, what kind of protest has ever been acceptable?
On the left part, there is Colin Kaepernick.
Sort of like the protest is being policed. And this takes us back to a historical example of when, the sit-in was considered unacceptable.
Yeah, what kind of protest has ever been acceptable? Yeah, I mean, what kind of protest has ever been acceptable? I mean, a lot more people are accepting of, at least in the immediate surroundings, of the kneeling protests.
it says that this is from Blacktivist, so again, it's sort of saying, like, by comparing Kaepernick to the counter-protest, you're comparing what is currently happening to historical events.
So the reason why I compiled these particular memes together is that they were actually produced by the same office, a place called the Internet Research Agency, located in St. Petersburg, Russia. You said you could see that?
While I think that these issues are very real, I find myself on one side. I don't know if that's could be relevant to say here. Well, I definitely find myself on one side, and these are very real issues in America. I can see why the Russian government would use this division between the American populace to fracture the populace, thus fracture the government, and how democracies can not only be weakened but also ultimately fail by extreme partisanship.
Puts people into categories, like you're either for gun rights, you're against Hillary, or you are like being the Black Lives Matters movement out of context is just innately against police officers. It really does polarize and economize these issues, which I find really sad.
None of these memes are really making reasonable arguments. I don't think they're not really making well-reasoned arguments. They're just kind of stating positions, and I think what these memes are likely trying to do then is just be divisive, just make people sort of feel reinforced in their own beliefs. Just kind of provide content that you can like click in favor of or against without thinking too much.
It looks like they want to evoke a strong emotional reaction, and to me, they seem like just highly divisive. You would have to be like on extreme ends of the political spectrum to like agree with this. But at the same time, the idea of memes are supposed to convey information in very very convenient ways, intuitive ways even. So appealing to emotion is an intuitive argument. So these memes, I think, work in trying to convince people of something, trying to convince people of a divide or separation.
See, the thing with memes and meme culture is that it spreads so fast and it's so mutable, and the context it gets put in kind of changes so rapidly that no matter who may have originally released it, it's going to be taken and remixed and kind of reappropriated for whatever purposes people are going to use it for.